This is lecture number 12, part 2nd of our course Object-Oriented Programming for GSSC 2nd. In this lecture, we are overloading plus operator again for the concatenation of two strings. String in C++ or in C language, string cannot be concatenated with the help of an operator, but they are concatenated with the two functions, string functions, that is string copy and string cat. These are the two functions which concatenate the two strings, while with the help of operator overloading we concatenate two strings with the help of plus operator. So plus operator actually perform operation on standard data, that is integer, float, characters. Now we will perform the concatenation operation through this plus operator, and this will be possible only by the new and important feature of object-oriented programming, that is operator overloading. Concatenating strings by overloading plus operator. The plus operator cannot be used to concatenate C strings. That is, you cannot say S3 is equal to S1 plus S2, where S1, S2 and S3 are C string variables, that is arrays of type character. As in cat plus birds equals cat bird, they can be concatenated side by side. However, if we use our own string class, we can overload the plus operator to perform such concatenation. This type of concatenation, cat plus bird equal to cat bird, this will become possible by overloading the plus operator to perform such concatenation. Overloading the plus operator to do something that is not strictly addition is another example of redefining the C++ language. That is, plus operator actually performs the addition operation, and in previous lecture we have added two objects by overloading plus operator, but here we are not adding two objects, but we are concatenating two strings with the help of this plus operator. How it will work? Let's see. Here, this is the old version of program. That is, we have discussed this version of program by concatenating the two strings in our lecture number 8. But in today's lecture, this is new version of program with plus operator overloading. This is operator plus. This is overloaded operator function, while this is concatenate function, which we have used in our old version of program. This class function is called through this language b.concatenate of z. But in main program, firstly, actually we perform the p and z, we concatenate p and z, and the result is stored in b. Here the value of p is Pakistan and the value of z is Zindabad. But in main program we assign the value of p, that is Pakistan, to b, and now we call concatenate function and pass the value of z to this s2, and here we only concatenate the Zindabad value with b, because already p has been assigned its value of Pakistan to b, and Zindabad will be concatenated with the value of b, which is Pakistan. Zindabad will concatenate with Pakistan, and here only the z value, which is passed to s2. S2 is concatenating strcat, it is concatenating with the value of B. This is concatenate function, old version of our program in lecture number 8. In this new lecture, actually in main program we are using B is equal to P plus Z. That is, P object contains the value of Pakistan and it is calling to plus function. This is the plus function because this is the operator, so we use the keyword operator. Here concatenate function is the void function. It is not returning any value, but this plus function, before this operator we have the name of class, that is string. It means it will return the value of an object while there is no return statement. It is void function. So P will call plus and the value of Z will be passed to S2, and here we will perform that operation of concatenation and copying operation, and at the end the result will be returned back to main program, this at right hand side, and that value will be copied in the memory of B using default copy constructor. How this function works we see in our later slides. This is actually string class code. Hash include iostream, hash include connew.h, and hash include string.h. This string.h function actually is used for strcpy, strcat, and strlen. We are using these three functions, string function, in our class. That is why we included the class string.h file in our program. Class string, this is our class name. String is the user defined class name. In private section we have just an array of 40 character. This is character array. Name of this array is str, and it can store 40 character in its memory. This is the class data, and each and every, this is constructor using class data, this is constructor using class data, this is display function using class data, this is string operator and also using class data, that is, this is str. Here str, these reference relate to class, so it is also using class data. Each and every function of a class uses this class data or manipulate this class data. So these two are the constructor. This is no argument constructor, so it assign the null value to an object which does not contain any value, and this is a one argument constructor, so it will assign a value in the memory of object which will pass that value to this s character array. This is one argument constructor, so it will receive an array of string, and that array of character in the form of string, and that value which will be passed to s will store in the memory of str, that is the memory of calling object. Display this function. Whenever an object will call this function will stay the value of str, because this str memory is the part of each and every object of string class. So if any function call this display, if any object call this display function, then this display function will display the memory of that specific object. This is string operator plus string s2. This whole function is actually concatenating the two strings and returning the result of that concatenation to main program. We will discuss this function in detail in the next few slides. Str of 40 character array. Actually, this is str of 40, str of 0, str of 1, str of 39. Last index is 39, which is one less than the size of array, that is 40. This is the memory of class, and class will assign this memory to each and every object of which will be created using this class name. In main program, actually this is the main program. While main string P of Pakistan, string Z of Zindabad, and string B. These are three objects: P Pakistan, Z Zindabad, and B. Here we can see that P contains one value. P contains one value of Pakistan, and one argument constructor will accept the value of Pakistan and will store in the memory of P object. So in the memory of P object you can see the value of Pakistan. Z contains Z in an object and it contains the value Zindabad. So when this string class will assign the 40 character array to Z, the constructor will accept the Zindabad value and will store in the memory of Z object assigned by this that memory which is assigned by this class, string class. So in Z object, here is only also the 40 character array str, and it contains Zindabad because Z have a value Zindabad, and constructor will receive this value and store in the memory of Z object. B is a string class object. This is B object, and here B have no value. B does not contain any value, so no argument constructor will be called here, will be activated here. One argument constructor, constructor 1, which is no argument constructor, and it will store the null value in the memory of B. Here you can see the null value which is assigned by this specific constructor. This constructor has assigned the null value in the memory of B. Here, after these three instructions, you can see the memory of the objects, that is P contains Pakistan, Z contains Zindabad, and B contains nothing. While these three objects count, P is equal to P dot display, Z is equal to Z dot display, and B is equal to B dot display. P, Z, and B are calling display function one by one, and display function displays the value of P first at this line of code, and displays the value of Z at this line of code, and displays the value of B at this line of code. Here P contains Pakistan, so display function will display this output: P is equal to Pakistan. Z contains Zindabad, so this display function will contain Z is equal to Z dot display. Here it will display the Zindabad. Z is equal to Zindabad. While B contains nothing, a null value. Null value cannot be displayed. So when B will call display function will cannot display any value. It will just display this message: B is equal to, and here it will not display anything because there is nothing in the memory of B except null value. So this output is the result of these three lines. In next line we can see B is equal to P plus Z. Here actually P is calling this plus operator function, and the value of Z object, that is Zindabad, is passing to this plus operator. He is calling to this plus operator. So this pointer will store the address of P. Each and every location of the memory contains a specific address. So P object will have specific address, and this pointer, because it is calling to plus operator, the object which will call any function, this pointer will store the address of that object in its memory, while the value of Z is passing to an object S2. Here you may see, actually this is the plus operator which is activated by that specific line of code, B is equal to P plus Z. So P is calling to this plus operator. This pointer will store the address of B because address of P, address of this operator will store the address of B, while the value of Z will be passed to S2, and you may see S2 contains the Zindabad because Z contains Zindabad and Z value is passed to S2. So this S2 contains the value Zindabad. Here we can see string T, a temporary object. This function is creating a temporary object T of equal length of array, that is 40 character array, because this object is the object of string class, and a string class will assign the 40 character to each of its object. So T will have a 40 character array, and null value is here because no argument constructor will be called here, and it will assign null value to this one. Here this is error, so mistakenly written B. Here we will write P. Address of P will be stored in this pointer memory because P is calling this plus operator. If strlen string plus strlen s2 dot string, here this red color string array is belong to object P, whose address is stored in this pointer memory. I have already said that this is P. Address of P is here, so this will guide and it will jump to the address of P and will get the value of str, that is Pakistan here and Pakistan here. What is the length of Pakistan? It is I think 8 or 9 character, while s2.str, this is s2 and this is str. s2.str, there are 8 characters, 0 to 7. Zindabad contains 8 character. 8 character are there, 8 character are there. So 8 plus 8 is equal to 16. 16 is less than 40 because our target array is a 40 character. So the sum of these two concatenated strings should not exceed the numeric value 40 of the target array. Here we actually firstly we move or copy the value of P object, that is str, whose address is here in this pointer memory. So the value of str is Pakistan. It is assigned, it is copied strcpy. This function will copy the str value in t.str. This is t and this is str. In this memory, firstly the Pakistan value will be copied. So this line of code will copy the str value in t.str. What is the value of str? The value of str belongs to P object, and P object contains Pakistan. This here is the value. The value is of str is Pakistan. It will be stored here, and we will see this thing, that is T is equal to Pakistan. This will be the response of this line. Now strcat, this function will concatenate the Zindabad value. S2.str contains Zindabad. This value will be concatenated into the already stored value of T. What is stored in T? Pakistan is stored in the memory of T, and Zindabad will concatenate with this value. How concatenation operation is performed? It actually read this T.str first. T.str is read PAKISTAN and this dash, and the pointer will stay here. Actually, the computer control will stay at this str9 location, that is null location. Then computer will read S2.str one by one. Its all character will be read and will be copied into T.str location where the control is present. Control is actually here. So when computer will read S2.str this location Z, it will store Z here, and when it will read this next location of I, so I will store next, and then N, फिर D, and then A, फिर B, फिर and D, A and D, and at the end computer will store null character. So strcat, this function will concatenate the S2.str value with the st.str value. This value will be concatenated with this value at the end of this array, and then it will skip the else block and execute this return T statement, because the return type of this plus operator function is a string, and the string is the class name, so it will return the value of object. T is the object of string class. The value of T will be returned. The value of T is actually here, this one. Now the value of T is Pakistan Zindabad. So computer will return the value of T, that is Pakistan Zindabad, and here P.Z control was transferred from this locations to class, and class returned the value of T, and you can see here P plus Z. P plus Z, here computer will return the value of T, which is Pakistan Zindabad, and it will be copied in the memory of B through the default copy constructor. So you can see that B has Pakistan Zindabad. This is the return value of T from the plus operator. Now B contains Pakistan Zindabad, and if here at this location when we call the B.display function, it displayed the null value only. But here when we call the same, when we will execute the same statement at this stage, computer will write B is equal to B.display, that is the value of B object, which is Pakistan Zindabad. It will be displayed here. P is equal to Pakistan Zindabad. Computer will display. The output will look like this. In response of that function, the output will be look like this. Output is equal to B is equal to Pakistan Zindabad, and this will be the end of computer will transfer the control to next location. And this was the end of our lecture number 12 part 2. Thanks and Allah Hafiz.